Welcome back to Off the Bar Podcast. I'm Chris Will, hosting today for Rafa, but Rafa's right there. Thank you for joining us, Rafa.
Yeah.
Thank you. Always a pleasure to have you guys here. Connor's here too.
Pleasure to be here.
I'm also here.
I feel like I'm on a Jimmy Fallon show.
This is my show now.
Oh,
so
that's what's up.
Rafa's gonna back off.
The Chris Will Experience.
This is the Chris Will Show, brought to you by Rafael de los Santos. Thank you. So we're on to the final group. Honestly, I'm excited because the World Cup is very close. But before we get there, we do have to look at this final group, which features Portugal. Honestly, it's a sad time. Messi's leaving us after this. Ronaldo's leaving us after this. And Michael did sneak in Neymar last episode.
Yeah, that was not.
But
I don't think Neymar. This is not Neymar's last World Cup.
you know, I actually saw.
Is.
Actually,
Is it?
we were talking.
I don't
Yeah, it
think so.
is. We
Did
were.
he say so?
Yeah, he said
Yeah,
that.
he officially said
Oh,
so.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
Are
saying
you-
it's too tough for his mental health, which is valid because he gets so much stick.
Yeah. But I saw an interesting graphic on the broadcast for the World Series the other day. It was for the World Cup because it's on Fox, and it was it's Neymar, Ronaldo, Messi. You know, expected, right? Next to them in this graphic, Christian Pulisic.
Fox Sports. No.
I was like, what?
That's so politically loaded, man.
Bro, didn't even pick the best U.S. men's national team wing.
Wait, who?
What?
I'd take Rain over him right now.
Does Reyna play wing?
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's attacking mid more, but I would take him.
Is he left-footed?
Reina, no.
And he plays right wing?
Yeah.
And you...
He plays.
this is why you suck.
Do we? I mean,
Yeah.
There are no right-footed right wingers that are that successful ever.
who said he was that successful?
That's why it's not successful.
We don't really have any lefty attackers.
Is it? Well,
Besides-
Yunus Musa used to play wing,
He
right?
plays right wing for the U.S. men's national team.
Yeah, he's left-footed.
Musa plays more like midfield for us.
Yeah, I mean he plays midfield for Valencia, but I'm pretty sure Yunus Musa is
Oh!
left-footed.
He's played right mid for Valencia.
That's
a
my
lot.
bad. That's my bad. I thought when you were talking about Musa, I for some reason thought Timothy Weah because Timothy Weah plays wing
Yeah.
for the U.S. men's national team, but he's right-footed. But they kind of like using like a pacey winger to like push past the defender and cross it in, even though we don't have a striker to put it in. But speaking of strikers that put it in historically,
That's what she
Portugal.
said. What?
Huh?
Portugal.
Huh?
Hmm?
Talking about all his kids.
Portugal.
Are we talking about Ronaldo? Yes, we are talking about Ronaldo.
Cristiano.
So, I mean, Ronaldo's not in great form because he's not really playing too much, but Portugal's not really in great form either. They have a...
Wait, bro. Cristiano got an assist in his last game.
I don't know who that young guy is, but
Garnacho.
he's gross.
He is disgusting.
He's gross.
He's
I didn't
disgusting.
get to watch him play.
He's going to be so...
He's from
gonna be so-
Argentina.
Give me a player comp. Like Garnacho.
Like soccer terms.
Yeah.
I hate when they do that in the
I
comments.
know.
They're like, "Can you explain this in basketball terms?" Like, no, bro. This is completely different. A player.
Who's he
I
play? 'Cause
don't think
haven't gotten
I've-
to see him play.
I don't think I've watched him enough to
Yeah,
to
no.
tell you like
No.
who he plays like, but he's like a little dribbler. Oh, I could tell you. Let's see. He's a left winger. He's very good at dribbling. I would say he's not like a Vinicius, but he dribbles more like Neymar without the fanciness.
I was going to say, it's not like flashy
It's
to be
like
flashy. It's
tight
just very
dribbling.
quick. Very quick.
Tight and quick dribbling, but it's not like Neymar will do a rainbow flick on you.
Mm.
This
no
kid is not.
second thought.
This kid is not doing this.
Yeah, no.
Vinicius pulled out a rainbow flick in his last game though. Vinicius is nasty, but
But Portugal does not have Vinicius, seeing as
They
they lost to
don't.
Spain 1-0. They did beat Czech Republic 4-0, as they should, but they also lost to Switzerland 1-0. They came in second in their Nations League group, not too bad. But what are we looking at with Portugal?
well, when you look at their squad, I know we already spoke of Cristiano Ronaldo, so if you want, we could go with the attack first. Obviously Cristiano Ronaldo. Talk
Dang,
about
I'm pretty sure Flatmob just like included everyone that's
every
ever-
Portuguese attacker ever. But looking at Cristiano Ronaldo, I guess in a way he's having a bad season, but
I wouldn't say it's
You
because
can't-
he's played bad. It's
he
just 'cause
just
he's
doesn't.
not.
They're not playing him for
Yeah.
whatever reason.
The heart's not in it.
The best player to ever put on a Manchester United shirt is not playing for Manchester United. I don't care. We can argue about this all you want. That is the best player that's ever put on a Manchester United shirt.
Wayne Rooney would
He was
have questions about that.
he was better than Wayne Rooney.
better,
That's-
but
Well, that's a
Well,
separate-
Wayne Rooney meant
There's, like, a
for
weird-
United is different than what Cristiano meant for United, but
Well, not
Cristiano Ronaldo was better than Wayne Rooney at Manchester United, seeing as how Cristiano Ronaldo won the Ballon d'Or at Manchester United, and Wayne Rooney never did.
Not to deep dive United right now, but I think you're kind of both right. Like, if you're talking about like the best player ever wear a United shirt, it's definitely Ronaldo.
correct.
If you're talking about the best United player,
Rooney's
got a
historically.
He's
No, it
probably
depends on what
great.
you mean. Like,
Yeah.
is
The
Cristiano
best-
Ronaldo a United player? Like,
That's what I'm
yeah.
saying. He put on a
Like, so
United
not
jersey,
literally the
yes.
words United player, but like a United player. Like
Yeah,
that guy
It's like
screams
calling, like-
Manchester United.
it's like calling like Tom Brady like the best ever Buccaneer when he's only been there like 3 years now.
I guess, but in a
Yeah.
way,
Yeah.
it's
kind of.
I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then it wouldn't be like there would be more argument. Like
Yeah.
there's other guys that are United players, like Rio, but they play
Rio,
different
Ryan
positions.
Giggs.
Yeah, there's a bunch, dude.
Yeah. A bunch. I don't think they're that. I think Rooney would be the only one that's like up there.
I think Chicharito is the best player.
Nah, bro, get out of here. Nah, bro. Antonio Valencia when he played for
Fred.
United,
Yeah.
his prime. No, but there's a bunch like Giggs. Like David Beckham was a
Giggsy was great.
great United player. But yeah, probably Rooney in most recent times. Like, I get what you're saying, but Cristiano Ronaldo, arguably, one of the best player. One of the best. Nah, I'm not gonna argue. In my opinion, he's the best attacker ever. He is the best player ever. Cristiano Ronaldo is the best Portuguese player ever. He's the best United player ever. He's the best Real Madrid player ever. And he is. This one's not for argument. Well, a lot of those weren't for argument, but like he's the best Real Madrid player ever. He's the best Portuguese player ever. That's not arguable. But he is the best international. Like in terms of the international stage, he is the best player ever statistically. What he means for Portugal will definitely show in this World Cup. Hopefully, I don't want to see neither him nor Messi get knocked out in the round of 16, and I don't think it'll happen. But soccer has a way of punching you in the face like that. But like last World Cup that they got knocked out by Uruguay in the round of 16, and that was just so sad. But
Dude, there's so many like good storylines with this World Cup. I mean, there's the prospect that Messi plays his 1000th career game in the World Cup final if he were to play all the games leading up to it. Dude, imagine if it's like a Portugal versus Argentina final somehow.
It'd be the biggest thing ever. This is like NBA script writing.
no, that would be
it'd be the biggest.
that would be
sport-
the biggest
This
soccer
is
game
one of those
ever.
few times I'd be like, you know, corruption might be good. You know, if it ended up with that.
Yeah.
Leading up to the game.
Everything that happened on the road in this World
Yeah.
Cup was.
I
worth
can-
it. So we
I can see it now.
Messi,
I can see it
Ronaldo in
now.
the final.
I can
Match
see it.
fixing
No.
might be okay.
Nah,
if
bro,
it-
I can see it now. Cristiano Ronaldo gets a penalty like 120th minute and just buries it, and then that's just me. That'd be crazy.
That's the
Nah, literally like script for real would be like Portugal gets a penalty like 120th minute, and then Cristiano scores it, and he thinks that's the game winner, and then Argentina got like a free kick, and then Messi scores that.
Messi nails it in like 30
But if
minutes
then
out.
it goes to penalties, like Messi's not the best penalty taker, but yeah, Cristiano, he's gonna be whatever he has been so far this season. When he gets to the World Cup, it's gonna be a different story. I mean, his first game of the World Cup last World Cup was against Spain, and he scored a hat trick. Obviously, Portugal, like I said, ended up getting knocked out by the team that's in their group now, Uruguay, in the round of 16, and that was kind of sad to see. But Cristiano does have a way better team and a way better supporting cast this year. Looking at the rest of the attack, Diogo Jota is out for the World Cup, but luxury in the Portuguese attack. Rafael Leao is like literally one. He was the best Serie A player last year, and he'll be playing left wing most likely for a Portuguese team that is just absolutely stacked. I mean, looking at Rafael Leao's stats, 11 games in Serie A, 5 goals, 4 assists. I mean, that's ridiculous. He is going to get snatched up, hopefully not by Chelsea, because I hate when Chelsea does that. They take a really good player and turn him to absolute shit. But, no offense, but like, I forgot who it was. Who was it they guys bought, and it just was...
It's every striker that comes.
Yeah, it's every attacker. Like,
every
I hate it.
Yeah.
You want to see him in the... I want to see him in the Prem, or... I doubt he'll go to La Liga, but you want to see him like in a really good team, but... Dude, every time you guys do it, it just doesn't work out. So I
It's
don't
not
want
every attacker, it's every striker.
I feel like
We've
I feel
had,
like,
wings
I feel like
come
Diego
through.
Costa was decent.
That's the last guy we had since we like got rid of him.
Morata was decent at the beginning.
He had moments, but he also would like sky the ball on an open net.
No, he's like that. But
that's Morata. Let's live with Morata. Morata wasn't bad. He just was Morata, and Chelsea fans couldn't deal with that.
Morata. Morata. But Cristiano Ronaldo, Rafael Leao, then I guess that other spot usually Gonçalo Guedes or Gonçalo Guedes. But they got Joao Felix there. They got Andre Silva there.
Bernardo too.
Bernardo Silva. I cannot wait to watch him play in the World Cup. And Joao Cancelo's on this team as well. But we'll get there in a second. They got Daniel Podence as well. Pedro Gonçalves for Sporting. He's really good as well. Yeah, they're stacked, bro. And then we were just talking about the midfield, but you know, you got legacy guys. I don't know if João Moutinho is playing, but you got William Carvalho. You have Bruno. You have João Palhinha, who's playing for Fulham now. Renato Sanchez, Fabio Carvalho, bro.
Like the entire.
I could go down the line, bro. Sergio Oliveira was disgusting in like last 2 years ago in the Champions League. Yeah. They got João Mario for Benfica, bro. I don't know why Semedo's in the midfield, but Ruben Neves, bro. Jesus Christ, bro. Daniel Pereira.
It really brings up questions about how Wolves can be so bad. Like, it really does.
You have the entire Portugal roster, minus the guys that are really.
Dude, they also have Vitinha from PSG and Bernardo Silva, by the way.
Renato Sanchez.
And Matheus Nunes, bro. Jesus Christ. And then you look at the defense. I mean, you got legacy guys again, Joseph Fonte and Pepe, Cedric Suarez for Arsenal, Rafael Guerreiro for Dortmund. But then you have like guys that are just on the come up now and like superstars and Joao Cancelo. Diego Dalot has been good for Manchester United this year. Surprising. Nuno Mendes as well, left back. I mean, this team is so... Dude, Ruben Dias. Jesus Christ. And then at goalie as well, because they were just stuck with Rui Patricio like for a long time and Anthony Lopes. But now they have Rui Silva, who is disgusting for...
Jose Sa, too.
Yeah, they have Jose Sa as well. Dude, this...
It's a great team.
This is like...
It's a shame. Like
this team's actually kind of stacked.
Rui
it's
Silva,
a shame Ronaldo is gonna crush their chance.
They have Jose Sa and Rui Silva. That is
Whoa,
crazy.
Wait.
What did he say?
It's a shame Ronaldo's gonna absolutely take the ball like the entire 90 minutes. Just screw this.
I hate when people say that because Cristiano does not call for the ball unless he's in the box. And at that point, that is what he should be doing: is giving Cristiano Ronaldo the ball in the box. Like it's not like he asks for the ball to feet like outside. Like he doesn't. He just wants the ball when he's in the goal, and as he should, because he's the best goal scorer in the entire tournament.
Like you see how good this team is. Like then why are they going to why do they have to get in through the playoff? Like why are they having to get into the World Cup playoff if they're this good? Like you see, it's a stylistic thing. I don't think Ronaldo he has to play, but he doesn't fit the squad. And you see that with United. You see that with like other teams too. Like the way he takes up the ball detracts from this awesome team.
Do you think the way he took the ball detracted from Real Madrid winning 4 Champions League in 5 seasons?
No,
it's not Cristiano.
Because the team was built around him. Russell Westbrook was awesome on the Thunder because that team was built around him. You put him on any other team, he was terrible. It's the same thing with Ronaldo. He sucks
after
the way
KD
he
left,
played,
though, right?
The way he played, after KD.
Okay.
The way he plays, he just. And I'm not saying this is a knock on Ronaldo. Ronaldo's amazing. He's the second best player of all time, in my opinion.
Right.
He just sucks up so much space on the ball.
Second to who?
That at this point,
second
to
to
Messi.
Sure.
Okay.
Messi,
Right. The guy playing the league on.
Let's see.
Right. Rumored to play in the MLS while the other guy's retiring in the Prem.
Right.
Well, while he's sitting on the bench.
Well, because that's Ten Hag, but who was like the third leading scorer in the Prem last season? Right, like a 37-year-old Cristiano Ronaldo. Right. Exactly. Listen, it's not Ronaldo. The problem's not Ronaldo. I think you put Rafael Leao at left wing, you put Ronaldo as striker, you put whoever you want. I'll put Bernardo Silva right wing.
I would.
Bruno
attacking.
Let me look at his team so I can really tell you what's up.
I think
Bruno.
Yeah.
Joao Palhinha.
I agree.
I don't know. You can do whatever you want with the other one. Ruben Neves, Vitinha, figure it out.
I like Matheus Nunes in that spot.
For me, I need someone holding, like real
holding, like a
real holder.
Like you want more like a William Carvalho.
No, because I don't think he's good enough. I think Joao Palhinha could hold for me. I think Bruno Fernandes makes that midfield. I'll throw Fernando Sanchez in there. Fernando Sanchez is so inspired in the Portugal jersey.
He is. I'm just saying 4-2-3-1, those back two defensive mids. I'm saying Matheus Nunes, Joao Palhinha.
Dude, I just need productive people. I'm not playing Joao Felix. I love him. Yeah, he's a wonder kid, but
off the bench.
I know, off the bench. Rafael Leao is gonna get you goals. I like guys that don't mess around. That's why I like Mbappe. Mbappe doesn't mess around, bro. He's a ball hog, but Mbappe gets the ball, he's trying to score, bro. He's not trying to. Let me see, like Vinicius, he messes around too much. Let me see if I can meg him and then score. No, bro. Let me get this man off me. Like, just I'm not even gonna try to like do a elastico. No, bro. I'm gonna hit you with a 2-step over so you don't know which way I'm going. Then I'm gonna just run right past you. Why? Because I'm just better than you. I like players like that. That's why I like Cristiano, bro. I don't got time for messing around with the ball. Let's get past him because you know you're better than him. And then in the back line, bro, like we just said, they're stacked. They're super stacked. Joao Cancelo right back because you don't need to play him left back here because you have Núñez. Your center backs, Ruben Diaz, and put Pepe back there for experience. If not,
Maybe Pereira from PSG. Maybe
yeah.
Stack squad though.
Find a way to put Diego Dalot somewhere there. You can even put. I don't know. They have so many players that can play in a bunch of positions.
Yeah.
You can see Bernardo Silva playing in the midfield and seeing like Goncalo Guedes playing right wing. This team is super stacked, bro. Jesus Christ. But enough about Portugal.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Uruguay for a second. Really interesting team. How are they looking heading into the World Cup, Chris?
So they beat Canada, which is
Not impressive. Keep
not
going.
impressive because
That's what you're supposed to do to Canada.
Yeah, exactly. But then they lost 1-0 to Iran.
They were just being nice, political
That's
situation and
fair.
stuff.
That's fair.
Yeah.
At some point in there, they tied the United States. I would just like to point that out. But so before that Iran game, they beat Panama, Mexico, Peru, Venezuela, and Paraguay all in this calendar year. So a lot of wins for them. I think the U.S. was maybe 1 or 2 ties for them this calendar year. So I feel like it's a very different squad that we've seen from them. There's a lot of new faces, new names. So I'm excited to see.
Including the world's best right winger at the moment.
I was referring to Valverde, yes.
The world's best right winger at the moment.
It's
Right winger.
I want to say no, but it's hard to make a case for somebody else right now.
Yeah.
The world's best right winger at the moment.
Playing out of position at right wing too is the craziest part.
That's so crazy. Federico Valverde is the world's best right winger at the moment.
Chris, we can think of a better right wing.
No, you cannot. At the moment.
The law's not.
Yeah, no, it's just not. Yeah, no,
Dude.
that's fine. Whatever.
Messi's.
You know when sometimes you gotta think about like the stats? I don't.
I
He's
think
fantastic.
yeah, which is just interesting because I think if we took a look at the squad before this season and we were assessing how it was going to look, we probably would have been sitting here thinking that Darwin Núñez was going to be like their guy, like he was going to be the difference maker for them. And now it's like, dude, what has he done?
Sock.
Nothing. Like, yeah, like
Terrible.
I mean, I definitely would have had higher hopes for this squad. Honestly, if I'm looking out for anyone in this attack, it's Facundo Torres, Orlando City.
There's 2 Orlando City players on the provisional roster for them. Him and Cesar Araujo. But
Look at
I mean,
that.
Facundo is gonna end up in Europe.
Facundo Torres is actually
He's
pretty
fantastic.
good.
He's fantastic.
He is actually
He's the best
pretty
player in Orlando City.
Yeah.
There's a pretty strong Orlando City attack to Europe pipeline lately with like Gerald Dike and like some other guys, but I think he has a really good chance to play.
Yeah, back to some real soccer
Anyways.
players. Okay, so looking at Uruguay's attack, I think it'll be interesting what role Luis Suarez takes in this attack because, as we just mentioned, he is playing in Uruguay now. He is 35 years old.
You think he makes that squad?
Of course,
Right.
I think he makes the squad and he starts every game. He's gonna start a striker. I don't know what's gonna happen in terms of the wings. Dude, former LAFC Diego Rossi, I would have thought would be their left winger, but since then, he's gone on to the Turkish league, and a certain Darwin Núñez is now a thing. And I'm gonna go against. I know you didn't say he was like bad or anything, but I'm gonna go a little bit against what you've been saying about Darwin Núñez. I think he's been decent. I mean, he's been pretty good in the last 4 games that he's played. I mean, he had 17 minutes against Napoli and he scored. He in the loss to Leeds, he didn't do anything. But in a loss, the striker walked out with a 7.0 match rating. I mean, he was doing something. And then he scored against Ajax in Champions League, and he scored against West Ham in the game before that. Didn't do anything in the loss against Man City, but he scored against Rangers and he scored against Arsenal. He's he's been pretty good. It's just people are looking for him to replace Sadio Mane, and that's not gonna happen. They're different, and the partnership that Mo Salah and Mane had is like brothers, and that's irreplaceable. Like that is gone, you know. So Darwin Nunez is Darwin Nunez. He's not Sadio Mane, and people want him to be Sadio Mane, and they should hold him up to a standard, but it shouldn't be the Sadio Mane standard. Rather, it should be the Liverpool standard. And to be fair, I think he's been pretty decent. So I would expect a front three of Darwin Nunez left wing, Suarez striker, and Valverde at right wing. But I do expect them to find someone else at right wing and play Valverde in the midfield. Who would it be at right wing? I have no idea. I mean, I've seen mock-ups of Cavani at right wing. And I've seen Facundo Pellistri at right wing as well. But moving on to the midfield, they have a pretty good midfield. Obviously, Valverde might end up playing there. You have guys like Matias Vecino, Lucas Torreira, who we just mentioned, Pellistri, but he'll probably play right wing. Yeah. You have Bentancur there from Spurs as well. It's a really, really strong midfield. Adam Bari as well from Getafe, but he's injured. It's a pretty good midfield coming out of a South American team. Yeah. And in the defense, they've been as solid as always. I mean, Araujo's...
Diego Godin, let's go.
Dude, is Araujo going to be back for this or no?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
He's expected to return mid-November, but he might be. I have no idea. But they do have, despite Araujo, they have Matias Oliveira, who plays for Napoli. He's really good at left back. They have Godin, obviously, but they also have Jose Maria Jimenez. They have They have Damian Suarez. The same guys as always, like Sebastian Coates. Same guys as always. Martin Cáceres from LA Galaxy. And at goalie, they're probably gonna start the same guy they've always started, Fernando Muslera. I don't know. It's like a classic Uruguay team, with the exception of like a rising superstar in Fede Valverde and a star in like Darwin Nunez. But it's the same Uruguay team as always. Is it good enough to beat Portugal? I don't think so. I mean, they could steal it. Like that's the thing, because Portugal, they could steal it.
They don't have to be good enough to beat Portugal. They just need to be good enough to beat Ghana and Korea. So. Yeah. Speaking of,
but
Ghana,
I think they could get first place.
What a transition!
Speaking of Ghana,
go ahead.
Ghana, they beat Nicaragua 1-0, lost to Brazil 3-0, so 2 expected results. They also beat Chile 3-1, but I feel like everyone in this World Cup played Canada or Japan at some point, and it's not doing well for the men's national team in terms of comparison for our own personal mental health, because Rafa loves to point out how the U.S. did not beat Canada in their last meeting.
The U.S. did not beat Canada in their last meeting, and to make things worse,
they lost to Japan.
Look, bro, Canada is now a depressed Canada, No more Alphonso Davies and Jordan Heidema. That was the only reason.
Dude, did you see
You know who she's with?
J-Rod, bro.
Yeah, bro. Rodriguez. Shout out Dominican Republic. We do that.
Bro, that was so fast. She's
we in there. She has a type.
What's the type?
I don't know. You told me. You look at the 2 guys she's dating. You tell me. What's her type?
Athletes.
Yeah.
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 Athletes that what?
Robin, you can say it. We can't say it. So go ahead. No.
What? It's all good, bro.
Anyway.
Some people like vanilla. Other people like
like a little flavor. 4-1 loss to Japan.
I'm just saying, Alphonso Davies is gonna have a breakout World Cup now.
Bro's
on a mission.
Anytime he does anything and it goes on social media, all the comments.
Have you seen hers? Like every time she posts, they're like, "Nah, L Davies, whatever."
L Davies in her comments. Yeah. With the J.
Keep going, Ghana. Good old Ghana.
Good old Ghana. Yeah, that's how they've done. That's pretty much it. Ghana always finds a way to qualify for the World Cup, and I always sit here and I'm like, Egypt didn't qualify, and that's it.
It's pretty crazy. I mean, looking at their squad, you put a gun to my head and tell me name a goalie from Ghana. Dead. You just put a gun to my head, tell me name a. Never mind, I would have got it. Joseph Aidoo, I know him from Celta Vigo. They also have Mohamed Salisu from Southampton and defense. Amarte from Leicester City as well. I thought Tariq Lamptey was from.
He's
I know
from
he's.
England, but
I know he's English,
yeah,
but I feel like he's
gonna
is
play.
from
He's supposed to play for the squad. He got registered in time.
for English squad.
No, for he was gonna make the English squad, so he joined up with Ghana. He's on the Ghana roster. He played in their friendlies.
For real?
Yeah, he's supposed to be. He's not officially yet because he hasn't played in a non-friendly match, but he's supposed to be on the roster.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's from Ghana. I knew
He's
that.
in the provisional
That's
roster.
hey, yeah, time out. They don't have a good goalie, but defense is pretty good. Joseph Aidoo, Mohamed Salisu are two decent, really decent center backs. Lamptey's been insane for Brighton.
Amarty's pretty solid, and he plays GQ for Strasbourg's pretty solid too.
Yeah, they just
And
need
Salisu,
just need a decent left back, and that's a solid back line for a World Cup team. Midfield,
Thomas Partey kind of headline.
oh, there's Tariq Lamptey. They have Idrissou Baba. I've seen him play. Thomas Partey, like you just mentioned. That's pretty solid. Wakaso, dude. You remember Wakaso?
Dude, like,
Attackers for Ghana, Jordan Ayew. But
Iñaki
beyond
Williams.
Jordan, they have Mohamed Kudus from Ajax, and they have Iñaki Williams.
I think his brother's coming through too.
No,
Mm,
because
I
I saw
think-
Nico on the
Is
Spanish
Nico?
squad.
Is he
Yeah,
on
I
the
think.
Spanish squad?
Yeah,
He's
Nico.
on the
Nico's gonna
Spanish
stay in Spain because he's
And because
He's
he
good
made
in-
the he made
he's
the
really
provisional squad.
yeah.
for Spanish.
He's been really good for
He's
in La
fantastic,
Liga,
yeah.
so he's probably gonna stay with Spain.
No.
Whereas like Iñaki was not gonna make the Spanish team, so
Yeah, Caleb Hudson-Odoi was supposed to make the squad, and I don't think he registered in time.
Really?
Yeah,
I thought
he's
he
trying
was
to
gonna
transfer
make
over
it.
because he had like an England cap from.
I thought he was gonna make it.
No, he had an England cap like 3 years ago, and they like with FIFA rules it has to be like 3 years between. So I think he was like, it's like November from 3 years ago, so it has to be exactly 3 years. So I don't think he would make the squad in time
Gotcha.
to get registered.
but yeah. I mean, they have a solid squad.
Yeah.
Is it better than South Korea?
I think so.
How have South Korea done?
So, does it even matter? To be completely honest, with Sun out, does it really matter how they've done?
Is Son out for the World
Son
Cup?
is,
Like 100%.
officially out.
Oh yeah, because he fractured something in his eye.
Yeah, he's like having surgery. He's straight up out.
Hey man, there's other players
That's literally the
on
note I
this
have.
team.
Is does it even matter if Sun is
Let's
out?
see. You put a gun to my head and tell me to name a goalie from South Korea, I'm dead. You tell me to name a defender, I would not be dead.
Oh,
Napoli's Min Jae Kim.
Okay. Yeah.
Let's see. Look at that midfield. If you count Son as a midfielder, I would not be dead. But if you don't, R.I.P. And then, dude, I know Hwang Hee-chan, and their attack, and Kagin Lee is also. He plays for Mallorca now, I think, but he's also from South Korea. Yeah, this team is way too weak.
They qualified. That is
Yeah,
something they
because that's like
They're
their
just-
group is like Japan and like
did.
Yeah.
and they had Sun too.
And they
Sun's a whole different
it's the
thing.
World Cup and they have to be representative of all the regions in the world, so it has to be regional qualifications instead of just who's the best teams in the world because it's a World Cup. All right, so how is this group turning out?
All right, here we go. I'm gonna go first because
Yeah.
I always go first. I think that I agree with Connor in the fact that if this Portugal team is so good on paper, why did they struggle to qualify A, and why have they not just wiped through all the teams that they should? So with that said, I still think they beat Ghana and Korea, no problem, but I do think they draw with Uruguay. I think Uruguay also beats Ghana and Korea. Again, ties with Portugal. So I think those two go through with 7 points. I have Portugal going through in first on goal difference, but I do think Portugal slips up and ties against Uruguay. Ghana will beat Korea. Korea will finish with 0 points.
So who's your first place?
First place, Portugal with 7 points. Goes through on goal difference over 7 point Uruguay. Ghana comes in third with 3 points. Korea comes in last with 0 points.
Connor?
I agree wholeheartedly with what Chris just said.
On points, I agree. I think on goal differential, I think I have Uruguay taking over Portugal.
Mm.
Because I feel very strongly about this. Why is Portugal not playing well if they're this good?
Because the European qualifiers are harder than every other qualifier by a billion.
I know, but like
Correct,
if
which
you
is
look
why
at
I
their
only have
actual-
them drawing against
Which is
Uruguay.
why
If you look at their
which is
group,
why
it's
Cristiano
like-
Ronaldo is better than Lionel Messi because the Euro means more than the Copa America. But
Their group is like Switzerland, Luxembourg, and Ireland. Like they should have gotten they should have done very well.
That is actually very fair.
Yeah.
Azerbaijan's in that group.
that's not how you say that country, but
I-
it's all good. If they start a war, I'll just be
Azerbaijan.
like, get him.
Azerbaijan.
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 Listen,
So-
man. Wait, did you give your prediction?
So Uruguay won. Portugal like 2. They both have 7 points because they both tie each other. Both beat Ghana, both beat South Korea. Ghana beats South Korea, doesn't get any other points. Uruguay is 1 on goal differential.
Okay, so with that said, what's the scoring for Uruguay versus Ghana, Uruguay versus Korea, Portugal versus Ghana, Portugal versus Korea? Like, what's the goal difference there? Like, how much do you think Uruguay gets in goal difference?
I think it's literally gonna be like 1.
1.
I think it'll literally be like 1. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
Maybe 2. If they're really feeling it. Depends on how Valverde plays. 3's pushing it. 4?
How high are we getting now?
Yo.
There's a difference of 4 goals between those two teams. That'd be ridiculous.
It's
Learning how to
definitely
count.
1.
Rafa.
My turn. Okay. Starting with Portugal. They open with the World Cup against Ghana. That's a dub. They play Uruguay. L. They're not tying. They're going to lose. South Korea beat them. 6 points for Portugal.
Okay.
Uruguay opens up against South Korea. Dub. Opens up against plays Portugal. Dub. Plays Ghana. Dub. 9 points.
9 points
9
clear.
points.
Wow.
Ghana. Wait.
Has a loss to
They have a
Portugal and
bunch
a
of
loss
games,
to
Jesus
Uruguay.
Christ.
So how do they do against Korea?
They are going to beat Korea. Korea's coming out of here with 0 points. Ghana's coming out of here with 3. Portugal is leading. Portugal leads both of them with 6. Uruguay takes the group with 9
Rafa
points.
does not believe in draws. I don't think he has.
I don't.
He doesn't
A
really
single
like
draw
Yeah.
this entire time. Every group has been.
I don't think he called a single draw. I don't think he did.
Dude, I just think that when it comes to the groups, there's such discrepancy because of the way that the groups are drawn.
See,
you
but
know.
you say that, but
The-
draws are bound to happen.
Of
You
course,
gotta
they're
predict
bound to
the draw.
happen,
Come
but I'm not going to
on.
predict any of them because I'm
Pick the-
like that.
Guess
I just
the
don't think they're going to
draw.
draw, dude. There's no draws here. I think Uruguay is going to exploit the fact that Portugal struggles against really good competition. I think that
Wow.
Uruguay is coming
I really
into
thought the way this pod was going that you were gonna
No, I think-
shit on us for that opinion.
I think Uruguay, they're going to be hungrier than Portugal. Portugal never seems hungry. They're like, we got Cristiano, we got all these star players. We're not hungry. They were hungry in the Euros because it was Cristiano and then what? Quaresma and Nani, bro. Come on, that's nothing. But now that they have like Bruno Fernandes, bro, they have Joao Cancelo, they have Ruben Dias, like they have all these huge names. If there's any hunger on that team, it's gonna be Cristiano because Cristiano knows it was the last World Cup, so he could carry them. But I just don't think he can carry them 3 games in a row. I think that in the group at least they're gonna trip up. Now when it comes to round of 16 and it comes to like single game knockout, Cristiano could definitely carry a team because I've seen him carry teams before. Obviously this is a different Cristiano now. He's older. He is slower. He's not as explosive, but I think in this group, Uruguay should be able to come out with first place, especially if they play Federico Valverde up top. Depends on how productive Luis Suarez can be at 35 years old. Can Portugal win first place? Of course they can. I'm not saying that this is definitely what's gonna happen, but for sure Portugal and Uruguay make it out. First and second place are interchangeable, seeing how they come into this World Cup. But yeah, for now I'll have Uruguay 9 points, Portugal with what I say 6. Ghana 3, and Korea without Son. It's just
All right, well, you've done a solid job previewing all these groups. I would
Jesus
think.
Christ. This is the end.
I actually love Crystal's voice.
That's why
He's a
that's why
newscaster,
yeah.
bro. That's what I'm saying. I love hearing the outro.
Damn.
Keep going.
Damn.
We love you.
All right, you
God.
don't gotta
Yeah.
flatter me like that, but Rafa's gonna go listen to this later, and he might offer me a job. You never know.
Might offer him a
It's a
job.
little audition.
Hey,
for
bro, let's not forget the Great Panda Express meeting of 2021.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's after Billy Napier press conference.
Yeah.
When it sat at Panda, and he was like, "Hey, started this podcast," and I was like, "Oh, no way." Thank you all for joining us. It's been a wonderful podcast. Always a pleasure to have Connor O'Brien here, and as always, Rafael de los Santos. He handed the reins over today, so
I'm such
I'm Chris Will.
a mentor.
Thank you for joining me on this show.
Of course.
The Chris Will Show.
Hey, bro.
See y'all next time for World Cup continues. We're at the doorsteps. We made the journey.
Probably do a
to
little more,
Qatar.
yeah.
We were at the doorstep, and now it all starts.
Oh, we're in Qatar already.
Yeah,
All our rights have vanished.
yeah. Did you feel it?
Yeah.
Like a little tingle in your neck? Yeah, that was everything seeping away.
Yeah.
See you next time.
See you next time.